So, first we'll start with Havencraft. Most of it will be Ward right now, since that's the new thing. You want a 2-drop, don't really need your high stuff. This is an okay start. Not the best, not the worst. Admiral is pretty good too, as long as you aren't playing her to die instantly. Usually fine. So, since we have protection, we're gonna play her. Unfortunately, they did have the 2-2, and we don't have a guild, so we're gonna trade. Skipping turn 3 is really good for us. So, since they played a sniper already, we're gonna go ahead and play the Geno. With them on not having a second one. They didn't. So, we're gonna Albert behind a ward. We'll Evo the ward just in case they have the 3-drop or something like that. They don't. Just raw. Raw absolutely means nothing to sword. Already dead to stroke. This is how almost every one of my Wardhaven games went. Oh yeah. Next we have Shadow. Another pretty common deck. This one, if they snowball out of control, it gets really spooky. Nightmare Devourer is a lot of stats on the board. But Cat Admiral is gonna put in some work. They don't have a lot of like great 2-drops besides Gales and Dreamer, and we have 2 Cat Admirals. So. We're not gonna trade. Make him do it. He does get the twofer. It's a little sad. And he gets the heal. But Shield Phalanx is fantastic. We can protect the Cat Admiral. And a lot of these lists aren't running like direct damage. Besides Farron. It's a little unlucky. But Farron's not exactly the strongest tempo play in the world. We can Amelia over this pretty safely. And we're at Rally 7, so. It's a turn before their big AoE, and they don't have a lot of shadows for Nightmare, so. I mean, we'll take this. It only leaves one. You can stroke this. Figure might as well get this in now because Geno might actually be useful for killing like a ward or something. This could be AoE'd. That is a possibility. But if it was AoE'd, then we'd probably be doomed anyway. Based on our current hand. Wasn't. Good to go. We also had the game next turn, so. Now we have Runecraft, not quite as popular in my games, but you'll see it occasionally. A lot of people seem to be running Madcap for some reason. Seems a little much, but what do I know? If it works, I guess. Like most matchups, you want to get in under them. They definitely have more late game damage than you, so. Ward's a little annoying, but we have the Bane, so. Second ward, also annoying, but we're gonna go for the rally here instead of buffing. Not a ton of AoE in Rune. Unfortunately, there is altering, and he did have that, so that's a little unlucky. But the Albert is a good draw. So we can just eat the ward, because it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really play around Alistair or anything. Since he killed our board, he can't heal. Doesn't matter if he's at 13 cards or whatever. Stroke is 6 damage with the Nevo. Deck really preys on a lot of the greed in the early meta. Finally, we have Portalcraft. Either Artifact or Evo, basically the same thing. Doesn't really matter what they're doing. So we don't want to play Gunslinger into that. Trading a Bane and giving them Paradigm Shift feels terrible. We have a Sarah anyway, so just play the Bane with the Sarah. Here, since we have both of our Garvins, we'll just use one so we can get the damage in. Find you never are going to play more than one, so you don't have to be too liberal with your second one. We're going to board lock ourselves with this Evo Sarah, which is fine. If they just play Factory, we're still fine with that. Because this is 11 damage on the board. He has 2 Paradigm Shifts. So, gonna get all this damage in. He's basically dead if he leaves anything on the board and doesn't heal. You'll find a lot of people trying to be cute and board locking you, but between Stroke and these things not being amulets, they actually do damage. And none of them can be targeted by anything. Also doesn't hurt. And here we can just Evo the Bane. He kills the Lord. Send in the face, and then let Albert eat up. Next we have Dragoncraft. Mostly I've been seeing Roost. They're pretty uncommon in general. It's not really much different. You're trying to get in under them. Tiamat is terrible. Feels bad. Don't want to see it. Gorgeous. Same thing. But you really can't play around it too much. It's kinda... It happens, it happens. If they have it, then you can play around 1. Play around 2. It's too much. Gizmo fully active one, too, is very good. Roost often doesn't have a ton of early plays. He could have the Grand Resolve, but he didn't. So this is what can happen if you just don't answer the board by turn 4. And then we have the Geno that kills the Bane. And he's fully dead on turn 4. So that's the high roll, basically, against an opponent that doesn't effectively do anything. So the list, honestly, pretty good win streaks. Ignore the Runecraft loss up there, just trying that out, but decent amount of win streaks. Lost a couple games, but pretty good matchups against everything that I've seen. Except Forest. Not ideal, because they can clear your board and they have Fairy Slugger. So, here it is. We have 2 of the Garvin, the new finisher. Again, you're probably not going to play more than 1. And having 2 in your hand, you have the 3 damage for 1 cost, Accelerate, and that's fine. 3 Alberts, of course, Storm, 3 Genos, same general idea. Amelia is a goddess. Obviously is a 3 of Stroke. Buffs your board, you're making a lot of boards. It's just extra damage, it's extra reach, 6 on. Terra makes huge boards, can give untargetability to other stuff. Gelt, just really good. Gelt over Butler because that line, honestly. There's a lot of banishes, which suck. But Gelt puts more damage up. Just full stop. Kill Phalanx, more rally. For Cat Admiral, it's more rally, it's more protection for her. Cat Admiral into Gelt is a really good curve. And then you can protect her with a ward, Sarah, a Phalanx, or if you're going second, and a lot of decks aren't playing 1-2 drops, you can Admiral Gelt to protect the Admiral from whatever else, and then Evo her, Stroke, you have a huge board. It's really good. Thief, Rally stuff. 11 Beastmaster, Rally stuff. Also, she's another 11 for Garvin. Don't forget that Albert is 11 as well. So you have to play 1 of these to get the thing. Same with Panther Scout, she's Natura, so she's also basically just a 1-cost follower. Pass 2, so that's nice too. Gizmo is our only mech. It's nice if you can get her buff, but don't play too hard around it. You just really want to get her out there before 8. We have 2 Pompous for summon, or for draw, just in case. This is probably the part that is most... If you want to put something else in, like maybe an Arthur, or maybe a 3rd copy of some of these 2-ofs, you can probably cut summons. It's not super often that we use them, and it's very rare that we use them past 10. And then Radical, she's just like the best 1-drop. If you were replacing Pompous, you could replace it with like a Quick Blader, I guess. But Radical, she can clear boards, she sets up really well for Albert. Yeah, she's just really good. So that's the list. Climbed to like 2,000 points in a couple hours, a few hours. So, really good. Definitely recommended. Hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'll try to get back to them as soon as I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you next time. Later, folks.
Scratch my post! We're ready to sail?
Bow your head and prepare for the end.
Into pouncing position!
We won't give him an inch!
Scratch my post! We're ready to sail?
What was...
Don't let us escape!
んだわ人